How's it going, guys? Got another TFT Set 14 strategy guide for you guys today. Today we're going to be going over Techie Reroll. This is a magic damage reroll team revolving around Seraphine and Viger as your main carries and Shyvana as your main tank. I think there's two main variations to this team. One I see commonly online that revolves around 8 Techie, and then I kind of have my own that I don't see as commonly, and I'm going to explain it to you guys today. We're going to talk about the compositions, items, pacing, and augments. We're going to just talk about those things briefly, and then I'm going to leave you guys with the gameplay video, and I'm not going to yap for the rest of the video. So first off, here's the main version of the comp. This has 3-star Seraphine, Viger, and Shyvana. With this team, you want to put your utility items like Shiv, Morello on Seraphine to get you Shred and Burn and healing cuts. So you could leave item slots open on Shyvana for good tank items like Bramble Vest, Dragon's Claw, and Warmogs. Throughout the mid game in this team comp, you're not going to have a very strong frontline with other units since you're running so many techies. So you need really strong items on Shyvana to allow yourself to tank. I think you basically go with this team when you hit a lot of Seraphines and Vigers and Shyvanas earlier and not much else. You just stay level 5 or 6 till you hit those guys. 5 until you hit Seraphine, 6 until you hit Shyvana and Viger, and then you just try to power level from there. You don't really care too much about Zyra. You ditch Poppy, even though she's part of your opener. And then you try to end up level 9 with this 8 techie board. The second variation of the comp is the one I like to do personally. Revolves around a little bit more 3 costs. You need a reroll augment or something to do this unless you just want to rely on luck. But this revolves around keeping 3-star Poppy, Alawi, and Zyra, and getting all of these units 3-starred early. In this team comp, you could put more of utility items on Shyvana, like Sunfire, Ionic Spark, because she's going to have 4 Bastion. The 4 Bastion will give her enough defenses and resistances to stay alive, and with all these other 3-stars helping out, you'll have enough frontline with this team to not have to have perfect defensive items on Shyvana. And since you don't need perfect defensive items on Shyvana, and you could put utility items on her, now you could put pure damage items on Seraphine and Viger. Let's move on to itemization really quick. Vigar likes Blue Buff, Nashor's Tooth, and the stats say Hextech Gunblade, but I personally think Jeweled Gauntlet is the correct answer. I think Hextech Gunblade is just a complete lie in most games. Viger is going to be staying max health in the backline for most of the fight, and most fights, so there's no point in healing him. And your front line's just going to get their healing cuts anyways, so any value from Hextech is instantly cut in half. So I just never think it's that great of an idea. I'd rather buff up my front line and just get them to stay alive long enough for my Vigar to do his thing, and give him a little bit more damage output with the Jeweled Gauntlet. It's Jeweled Gauntlet over Rabadon's because you're getting a lot of natural AP from Techie and Cyberboss, so just being able to amplify through crit is better. Seraphine, you want her to be able to nuke the backlines, so Jeweled Gauntlet, and then you want her to cast pretty frequently, so Shojin are both essential. The third item, I like Guard Breaker because you could really just one-shot a lot of backlines and help Vigar take out the front line really quickly. And you could also run like a Nashor's Tooth just to help her spam the ability a little bit faster. And yeah, you could do a couple different things for the third item, but I like Shojin and Jeweled Gauntlet for sure. As far as pacing goes, I like to start off with this as my level 4 opener. Either 3 Techie, 2 Bastion, or 4 Techie and just Shyvana solo frontline, or maybe Poppy solo frontline. And then around 6, you want this team with 4 Techie, 3 Bastion, and you're going to stay here until you have Seraphine, Viger, and Shyvana 3-starred. And at that point you could determine, let's say you still only have 2-star Poppy, 2-star Zyra, 2-star Alawi, and you hit all of these guys, the important ones, and you don't really have too many copies of these ones. At that point I'd say move on, try to go for this other comp, and then just try to power level, move on to the higher level units. If you do have a lot of copies of these guys, Poppy, Alawi, and Zyra, just stay 6, hit them, or sometimes you even hit these guys before you hit these guys. So board manage or bench management's a little tough, but it's just a little hard to determine your spot exactly. But to help with that, I made this little flowchart to help with unit priority. I think the single most important unit on this team is Seraphine. Her DPS is just insane at 3 stars and with a lot of techie. Shyvana, obviously your main tank, just as important. Viger, you can sometimes get away with not even 3-starring, but most of the games I would prefer to 3-star him if I'm already staying low level and 3-starring these other guys. I'd say these top 3 are pretty essential in most games if you want to win. Down here, you could either completely ditch any of these guys or stick with them. Maybe not Zyra. Maybe just not 3-star Zyra. But you could completely ditch Poppy and Alawi if you're going into the other board. And Zyra you could just keep at 2-star. So these guys are less important. So yeah, again, I would say if you're able to 3-star these guys early, just move on, go to higher levels. Don't stay waiting for don't stay low levels trying to 3-star these guys unless you're either like super close or it just makes sense in that time. Next, augments. For my variation of the comp where you do want 3-star Poppy, Alawi, and Zyra along with the other 3, I like getting a reroll augment. Something like rolling for days or starry night is really good. Calculated loss is really good. You could use heroic grab bag as a cop out. I haven't tried new high score or hear many people talk about it, but I imagine it could be pretty good with this comp. Prismatic ticket, obviously good, and then I kind of just threw think fast here in for the memes. I kind of actually wouldn't suggest it because your bench gets real cluttered early and you're just kind of gonna get dizzy. Not much else to say about the comp. I'm just going to leave you guys with the gameplay video. If you find the content helpful, and if this helps you in any way get better at the game, please leave a like and subscribe for future videos. I appreciate it.
Let's get to the fun part. So much more to see. My prey thinks itself clever.
Support for the cause!
So much more to see. Secrets are coins better saved than spent.
Mess with the bull and you get the horns. show you true power! That's out.
So much more to see. Look wide before battle.
Time to start some trouble.
Look out! Look wide before battle. They see their end.
Oh, it's game over for you.
No.
Final form!
The city's future is riding on Anima Squad's shoulders.
Look quiet before battle.
Support for the cause!
The power of Anima Tech! No getting through me!
for you.
Stay there!
They should run now. The quiet before battle.
That's how Anima Squad gets it done.
They see their end. My prey is so clever.
The city's future is riding on Anima Squad's shoulders.
We never stop. This will be quick.
The city's future is riding on Anima Squad's shoulders.
So much more to see.
The power of Anima Tech!
Oh, it's game over for you.
They should run.
This isn't my final form.
I should run.
Oh, it's game over for you.
I must not fall.
We never stop.
No getting through me. No getting through me. That's how it is.
They got me. This will be quick.
Oh, it's game over for you. This is my final form.
Exciting, isn't it?
That's how Anima Squad gets it done.
fight plan.
They see their end.